Hey everybody, this is Pancho. Doing things a little different because I got all this material, but I can't present it in the usual way, with me on camera. So I will be doing a voiceover and showing you some of the things that have been happening. A lot of synchronicities, and this just happened yesterday. During the full moon. But it was basically Thursday, March 13, and it's just this literally happens like every day, constantly. Uh, I catch the angel numbers, I catch signs and symbols, and I have been talking about this for a long time. But if this is happening to you, your your spirit or the angels are trying to get your attention. Um, they're trying to uplift you, but they are sending you messages. So if the same thing happens to you where you just keep getting little strange messages and synchronicities and things like that, if I were you, I'd start looking into it because it's a sign that you have a huge connection with the spiritual world and angels, guides, ascended masters, and including your ancestors, past loved ones, they want to, they're trying to get your attention. They're sending you messages. And in my case, yesterday and today, a whole bunch of them have been sent. And what I can gather from it is literally um, the fact that it's like the universe is telling me, look, you have been spiritual for a long, long time. You are spiritual, but you keep forgetting with all the physicality that you're involved in. Your physical world overwhelms you with so much of its content, and you forget that everything's spiritual, that you're spiritual, and that everything roots from the spiritual. So try to forget that you are physical and embrace the fact that you are spiritual, that you are a spirit having a human experience, and that is it. You have to give your spiritual connection more more credit. Give yourself a little more credit. You are a lot more important than you give yourself credit for. And from catching the full moon on the right time, being asked, you know, something inside me just says, okay, time to go outside. And there it is. I get to find all these wonderful things in the sky, like the full moon on the day of, when it is at its brightest. It's as if the universe is saying, okay, you need to go outside so you can experience the full moon's energy, and then it, I first I catch this the 11:11 on the clock in the morning, and then uh, and it's just like my phone just goes off and it shows me the time, 11:11. Wow, like it just flashes, like the screen comes on at that time. Like who's doing that, right? And then later on in the afternoon, I catch 555. So I really focus and I'm like, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm welcoming all the changes, because I know that they will lead to my ultimate happiness. And then a little bit after that, I go outside and I catch the full moon. Then I go back indoors and boom, my screen flashes and there's 11:11 p.m. I'm like, okay, cool, that's all, and I make a wish and everything, and I can't tell you because then it won't come true, right? And then an hour later, 12:12, boom, flashes on my screen, which means stay focused. And then I swear, 30 minutes later, I go outside to take, I tell my Baba, come on, Baba, let's go outside and, because you gotta go potty. And something tells me, and I remembered, it's the full moon, so I start looking for it in the sky, and the freaking eclipse is going on. It freaked me out at first because I looked at the moon. I'm like, what's wrong with the moon? It looks weird. And then I remember that's right. It is the eclipse, and I just felt so. I was just so happy because I knew that I was prompted. I was made to go outside and see that. To experience the eclipse because it was important for me to experience that energy because as you will see in the videos that I took, the clouds move in a circular way as I'm focusing on the moon. It's as if again there's this spiraling moving energy that is coming from the moon, or it's what the moon is doing. If the moon is powerful enough that it can make waves, and it's also powerful enough that it can change your mood whenever it's around, it's gonna be able to do that, right? Cause the environment to change. Like I said, it can make waves in the ocean. So I guess the point of this video is for us to start taking our spiritual side more seriously, or give it more credit, or just understand that even if the physicality is too overwhelming, understand that we have to understand that the spiritual world is a lot more powerful and a lot more present than we think, than we give it credit for. It's always present. Everything begins and ends in the spirit. It's the alpha and the omega spirit. And as I always say, in case of a, God forbid, nuclear holocaust, after everything is destroyed, everything that man made, the only thing that will remain is nature, is spirit itself. The sun will still be shining, the moon will still be rising, and our sky will still be full of stars. But if you think about the major influence that the stars and the moon, the sun, the influence that they have on us is remarkable. They do influence our behavior, our moods, the way we feel, basically. It's quite the thing. It's just, we need to give it more importance. We need to understand that this is a demonstration of power, not anything physical, any threats of violence and things like that. They could never measure to this amount of power. And the moment we give this power the credit, I think that's the moment where all the horrible stuff will stop. I don't know. Think about it and feel about it. Take it easy, lemon squeezy.